morning, welcome to today's On This Day in Tudor History with me, Claire Ridgway. I think you know me by now because I've been doing these since the 1st of January. That's the hint there that you can binge watch, you can go back and watch all the ones from the 1st of January. But if you don't know me, my life has been consumed by Tudor history. I write Tudor history books and I blog about Tudor history as well. Now, I'm taking you back to 1536 today, the year when Queen Anne Boleyn was executed. That's what most people think of when I say 1536. But another another Tudor event from that year, for it was on this day in Tudor history, the 22nd of July, 1536, that Henry Fitzroy, Duke of Richmond and Somerset, and he was also King Henry VIII's 17-year-old illegitimate son by his mistress Elizabeth or Bessie Blunt. He died at St James's Palace in London, so just 17 when he died. Now, we don't know for sure what Fitzroy died of, but Eustace Chapuis, the imperial ambassador, wrote on the 8th of July 1536 that Fitzroy's physicians believed him to be consumptive and incurable, i.e. suffering from tuberculosis. Now, Fitzroy had been well enough to attend the execution of Anne Boleyn, who was, of course, his father's second wife, on the 19th of May 1536, and he'd also been well enough to attend Parliament on the 8th of June 1536, but he was taken ill in early July. Now, his death, we can only imagine, it must have been a huge blow for King Henry VIII because his death left him without a son. And okay, Fitzroy had been illegitimate, but now, his only son was gone. He hadn't had Edward by this point, and he'd just got two illegitimate daughters now. Both Elizabeth and Mary, had been deemed illegitimate. So it must have been a huge blow for Henry VIII, and also a huge blow for Fitzroy's wife of less than 3 years, Mary Howard, who was the daughter of Thomas Howard, 3rd Duke of Norfolk. Charles Risley records Fitzroy's death in his chronicle, saying, also the 20th day of July, the 22nd, Henry, Duke of Somerset and Richmond, and Earl of Northampton, he actually means Nottingham there, and base son of our sovereign, King Henry VIII, born of my Lady Talboys, that time called Elizabeth Blunt, departed out of this transitory life at the King's Place, or Palace, in St James, within the King's Park at Westminster, and he was buried at Thetford in the county of Norfolk. Now, as Risley records there, Fitzroy was buried at Thetford Priory in Norfolk after Henry VIII had left the burial arrangements to Fitzroy's father-in-law, the Duke of Norfolk. His remains were later moved to St Michael's Church in Framlingham in Suffolk due to the dissolution of the priory, where he was buried was being dissolved as part of Henry VIII's dissolution of the monasteries, so his remains were moved. And his wife Mary was buried with him there after her death in 1557. Now, a few bits of trivia for you here about Henry Fitzroy. With his double dukedom, because he was Duke of Richmond and Somerset, when he was granted that, it made him the highest ranking peer in the country. He was also a Knight of the Garter, Lord High Admiral of England, Warden of the Cinque Ports and Constable of Dover Castle, Lord Lieutenant of Ireland, Lord President of the Council of the North, Warden of the Marches and Chamberlain of Chester and North Wales. Phew, that's quite a lot of titles and offices that this 17-year-old boy held, along with the double dukedom and the fact that he was also Earl of Nottingham as well. So a real favourite, which he would be as the King's acknowledged illegitimate son, and a boy that Henry VIII really did love and pamper. So sadly, this 17-year-old son died on this day in 1536. Thank you for joining me today. I do hope you're enjoying these on this day in Tudor history talks. You can, of course, binge watch all of my other ones or just look out for subjects that you're interested in. I've also got my questions about Anne Boleyn series and a few other playlists if you need your Tudor fix. You can subscribe around about here, just that button there. You can hit the bell to be notified, and please do give me a like as well. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.